I hope you're doing well. Hope you've had a magical week and magical weekend, and that you are living your best life. Know that you are loved, appreciated, seen, heard. There's only one you, only going to be one you. So, lot to talk about. The biggest thing is that the last cycle, there were, everything goes in cycles. You learn something, and then it doesn't click. You do it again, you do it again, you do it again, until it clicks, or you have gained that understanding and it's done. How do you gain that understanding? You see it for what it is. You see that individual, that energy, for what they truly are, what they are truly choosing to be, not what you want them to be. So just because you see potential in somebody doesn't mean they see the potential in themselves, and it's not your job to fix them. It's not your job to help them. It's not your job to save them. That leads to martyrdom and victimhood. And that cycle of predator prey, predator victim, narcissist tyrant victim it's over. It's finally over. And it's been a long time. This cycle has been going on for eons. And it didn't start here in the material plane on Earth. Earth is very infantile compared to the rest of the universe. And Earth was created as a petri dish to help solve this problem, along with other petri dishes that I've talked about in other videos, to help heal this core wound, this split. See, it goes back to the story of Adam and Eve in the Bible, or wherever you find that story, and I'm going to give you my rendition of that story. See, here's the thing. If God created just two entities, very similar to the system here in the US, you have two entities to choose from. You have the right and the left. Same thing happened with the universe. You have the father, the mother. You have the right, the left, the light, the dark. So what happens if one of them goes toxic? There's only two. Where do you run to? What do you do? And then once that enslavement starts, it spins out of control. Because once a tyrant has decided that they are going to gain and maintain control and power and greed, it's like a freight train. How are you going to stop it? Where are you going to stop it? What are you going to do? What are you going to do when this one decides that what you believe, what you think, what you want to do, how you want to create your belief system is not in alignment with their belief system? You don't see eye to eye. What do you do? There's no love there. It turns into hate. It turns into hatred, envy, resentment, dominance, attack, war, everything. Now, did it explore the void, if you will, to the farthest extremes? Oh yeah. We've seen the pinnacle of light and the pinnacle of dark, and I've been to both. Pinnacle of light is pure bliss, pure joy. It's undescribable. The pinnacle of dark is the ultimate despair. It's death. But that cycle is no more. There is no imbalance anymore. Those of you that have really been pulling back your power from those individuals that you allowed in, this is the key. You allowed them in because you did not practice discernment and understanding their true intentions. A narcissist a leech, a vampire, a tyrant energy doesn't give two shits about your walls, your boundaries, your wishes, your belief systems. They don't care. They only care about themselves and theirs, and they will fight to the death to maintain that. That's the ego. That is the original ego in the system. So as this energy pulls back its energy from this tyrant, because what a tyrant will do, what a narcissist will do, it will love bomb. It uses the light that it sucks off of this energy to create a mask that says, I'm the good guy or the good girl. I know what's best for you. I've got you. I'm going to protect you. I'm going to take care of you. But their true intentions, that's what you have to understand, is their true intentions: to harm, to take, to replace, to destroy, to be God. But not from a God knowing, like, I know that God is me working through me. No. It is because there is such a hole, because they are so hollow, they have to siphon energy off of you to be God. That's why they victimize. And that is why when you're pulling your energy back and reclaiming your power from these individuals, they start to get volatile, dangerous, weak. That's what I just experienced this week when I met my ex in court, who I haven't seen in quite some time. I was triggered by a narcissistic tactic. I could feel him coming into my energy space, my mental space, trying to gather information. He had no idea how much I had healed and how much I'd reclaimed my power. So I started to attack back. I said, no, you have no control over me. Spiritually, mentally, emotionally, physically. And I basically told them no. And reclaimed what is mine, which is my self-love, my self-worth, my self-value, which says, I have a right to exist. I have a right to create the way that I want to create without you impeding on me, on my free will. I did not do that to you. So I don't know why you decided it was okay to do it to me. And it's not. And it never will be ever again. There will never, ever, 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 lesson learned, God said, there will never, ever, ever be a two-party system. There will never be a two-party universe. There will never be a two-party system here in the U.S. That will change. We will have choice, empowerment within self. And that was one of the key lessons that I learned yet again this week. Little to no sleep when you wake and you start to really awaken and you work through this stuff. One of the hardest lessons I learned about 8 years ago was going through the stigmata. The stigmata is experiencing the death of Christ, feeling the pains in the feet and the hands. You will go through this too if you choose. And let me tell you what, if you do, that was the worst pain and anguish I had ever experienced in my life. That man suffered intensely. Not only did he suffer, but when he transcended and went back to God, God said, son, you should have known better. You should have learned and known that those individuals Their true intentions were not to help you, that they were going to turn on you. That was devastating to Jesus. And he went into solitude for a very long time. And going through that stigmata and healing those wounds was so difficult, but it had to be done because we had to change this system. Otherwise, we would suffer forever. So we found a way, got out of the way. The self-sacrifice, not Jesus. Jesus is higher self, greater self. Said, you know what? I'm going to get out of the way. And I'm going to allow others to rise and experiencing the things that I experienced. So now there's not just one of me, there's many. Because as a lot of you rise up, it's not even rising up, as you grow in your presence and your self-love, and you understand that it's you that has the power. You're going to change the world, not just the world. This is changing the universe, and it started there in the ethereal, and now it's making its way down into here. You can't stop tens, thousands, hundreds of thousands of people that are awake, that can do magical things. You can stop 1, 2, 10. You can easily kill those off, and it's happened. It did happen. You took that lesson and opened the floodgates. So now many, many, many are going to reach levels of God consciousness and change this whole world into the new way, which started. That new way is going to be a little bumpy, because the old way is going to do everything in its power to hold on, to control. This is where you have to get into self-love, 100% self-love. You need to go inward and love every parts of yourself until you are so solid in your light, in your flame, in your presence, that this can't exist anymore. Not in this state. It either evolves or it falls away. This is the new way. God, don't praise God outside of self. Praise that energy as you, as self-love, as I have the power to create and change all of this. That was the lesson that Jesus learned. Don't worship God. Worship you. Otherwise, you are still looking outside of yourself for something to save you. That's never going to happen. That's the new way. Not going to be easy. Going to take work. But the outcome, years from now, decades probably, brand new systems. Every single system will fall. Education, monetary, banking, financial, what are the other governments? All of these old systems that were built, judiciary, is that legal? Yeah. These systems that were built on ego and taking and controlling and dominating, none of them are going to stand. They will evolve as well or crumble. That's going to happen on every single level. Individual to universal. Welcome to the new way. Really, really take the time to shut everything off. If you can only get one message from me, this is the one. Shut everyone and everything out. Focus right here. Love thyself. Know thyself. Be one with self, all of self. It's not split. It's not polarity. It's unity, oneness within self. Take that time for you, because you're all there is. It's all me. Think about when you were a little kid and you're playing and you're like, that's mine, 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 mine. Why? Because you had such a solid sense of self. And we teach our kids, no, you can't do that. Why? Could you imagine? And this is why we, as adults, are unwinding and undoing all this programming conditioning. But imagine if you were left to create organically from that divine source within self. The power is within you, not out here. Reclaim your power. Fall in love with yourself. That's the answer. Fall in love with you, all of you. Bring all of that energy back into you and fill up your cup. And watch the magic unfold. My love for you, my love for everything is unconditional and it's pure. No matter how many heartbreaks, struggles, pain, suffering I go through, I've learned every lesson I need to learn in that realm, in that negativity realm. I understand it and I accept it as a part of me. And now I step into the power of choice. And I create my new story. My way. No one will ever, ever, ever tell me how to live my life or how to exist. And they shouldn't do that for you either. Because you are worthy of everything. I love you.